Yo, what's up guys? Old School Dan here, and I have a question for you. Have you ever gotten yourself in a rut in training? What I mean is like a plateau. Well, here's something that can help you push past that plateau, and if anything, come back even stronger, mentally and physically in the gym with this one principle. In this video, I'm going to teach you what a layoff from training is, why you should do it, and of course, how to do it. So, this is something I learned from Arthur Jones, and not only from Arthur Jones. I've learned it from Vince Gironda and an old school bodybuilding book called Muscle Building for Beginners. It's a book from the 1950s. So, this is something I have done myself. I'm not that type of guy that goes out and teaches you something that I don't do. I practice what I preach. So, I have one more thing to say before we get started. I want to double up my credibility, not only but just by Arthur Jones, and I want to double it up by using science because this is something I also learned in my kinesiology class. I'm not talking about layoffs directly. I'm talking about the word burnout. This is something we learned because burnout does exist and it's in all forms. Whether you get burned out doing homework, training, eating food, I mean it all exists. Now, let's get started. What is a layoff? Plain and simple, lay off. Don't go to the gym. It's as simple as you skipping the gym and just like staying at home, or you could either skip the gym and then do something you actually want to do. Like it could be hanging out with your girlfriend, or going to the beach, or going to the arcade, or playing Xbox, which whatever you want to do. Right now, you're probably wondering, why should I take out what? Right now, you're probably wondering, why would I want to take a layoff from the gym? I love the gym. I live and breathe the gym. It's my oasis. It's my passion. Let me teach you something that I learned in my kinesiology class. It's called burnout. Burnout does exist, and it exists in all forms. I could get stale with my diet. That's why sometimes I take a whole week off and like just start binging, like doing whatever I want, because it keeps me psychologically stable. Another reason could be, I mean, just thinking about it, like if I were to make a video, like maybe if I were to make like 2 to 3 videos a day, I could get stale with my content. So I try to keep it like one a day so I can like plan out my shit. But if I'm just like overtraining my mind, I could burn it out, and then I'll get sick of these videos. I'll get sick of doing videos, and then I won't be making like good content anymore. So now do you see where I'm getting at? But check this out. According to the website arthurjonesexercise.com, in an article titled Layoffs from Training, any degree of strength endurance that may be lost during such a layoff from training will usually be reestablished within a very short period of time after training is resumed. And in almost all cases, progress towards higher levels of ability will immediately follow. In fact, best possible performances in many types of sports activities can be sometimes produced only after a layoff. Powerlifters, for example, are well advised to avoid training entirely for several days prior to a lifting meet. A longer layoff might and would result in reduced performance levels, but a few days out of training may make it possible to lift more than one would otherwise have been possible. Let me ask you, have you ever trained really hard one day and then you're like, damn, that was a good ass workout? And you're like, shit, the next day, rest day. So then you're like on rest day and you're like, damn, I can't wait to train tomorrow. Like, it's going to be such a good ass workout. I'm going to take my pre workout. I'm going to take this new pre workout. It's going to be such a good ass time. I'm going to lift so much weight. And then that next workout, you totally and completely 100% kill it. Let me present a relative topic. There is a reason why I train only 3 days a week. Not only because I'm a hard gainer and I think it's a better thing for me, but here's something Larry Colbert said, that when you train 3 days a week, you build up the enthusiasm. Whereas compared to the bro split, you're training 5 to 6 days a week, and then you're wasting your nervous system energy, and you're shocking it too much, and then you kind of lose the enthusiasm. You're like, damn, I wish every day felt like the day after rest day. You see, right now I'm addicted to the gym. Every time I'm not at the gym, I'm like eagerly like wanting to go to the gym. I hold that enthusiasm for when I'm ready for the gym. So if like I train Monday and it's usually a really good workout, like every workout I train, it's like it's always a good workout. Then on Tuesday, I'm like, man, I can't wait to be gym day. Like I'm like fired up for ready for the gym. It is just like the energy is always there. I always have energy. I always feel good. I always just like I'm very happy all the time too. And that has to do with my scarcity in my routine. My routine always keeps me hungry. Like Arnold says, stay hungry. Now, like Arthur Jones said earlier, that it's not really much of a scarcity, it's more like that layoff in between your workouts will give you like you'll come back twice as strong. Like have you ever taken like a rest like for the week, a rest week from the gym and you came back like twice as strong or you came back twice as excited to train. And that time you spent not at the gym, you were with your girlfriend. You were like sitting on the couch just playing Xbox or just watching that favorite show, Stranger Things, whatever. You just spent the time however you wanted. You had a good time. You enjoyed yourself. The reason you felt good when you came back is because you disrupted a pattern in your life. You added a new stimulus. Just like the Zen of Zane, my message to bodybuilders today is get a life. Be good at something other than bodybuilding. You work hard to make your body perfectly proportioned. Do that with your life and mind. And like Arthur Jones said, that layoff from training might just make you a better athlete. So, I mean, I can go on all day about like why you should take a layoff. I have multiple reasons. I got tons of reasons, but let's just get straight to the point. Let's talk about how to do it. First, let me tell you a little bit about my own experience from my own personal layoff. It was like 3 weeks ago. I took a week off from the gym. And the thing is, before that, like my joints were always sore. Like I wasn't really enthusiastic, ready to train. I mean, I was feeling a little lazy. I wasn't going hard on my workouts. And before that, I did a deload, and that kind of helped a little bit, but it wasn't enough. I needed something more. Like in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, I should probably take a week off from the gym, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I was like, nah, I love going to the gym. I can't do this. Like I'll lose my routine and I won't get back into it. It'll be hard and like I won't come back stronger. I'll get smaller. And like I had all these excuses, but then like I needed something more substantial, something more just something more. And then I came across that book, Muscle Building for Beginners. It's an old book from the 1950s, and then it talked about how you should train for like 2 months, and then after 2 months, take a week off to prevent getting stale. Now, this is something Chet Jordan used to do. He would literally take I'm not kidding. He would literally take a month off or even 2 months from training. Now, the fact that he was a natural bodybuilder is up to debate, whether you believe it or not. He was one of the first natural bodybuilders to defeat Arnold in a contest. Now, let me tell you another story. There was a story about Steve Reeves about how he left training for a while. He didn't train for 1 or 2 months, and he went in New York. I believe it was New York to go train at John Grimmick's gym. And they said he looked smaller. Like he didn't look like the classic Steve Reeves. Like he looked out of shape. I just want to double up my credibility right here because this is kind of funny. So I'm going to tell you about the Steve Reeves story, but first I want to add in another thing that's super relevant. Casey Viator, before he did the Colorado experiment, he had gotten injured. I forgot what the injury was, but the fact that he was able to gain 63 pounds of muscle in a month is not only just true, but very practical because, let me tell you why. I mean, he trained before, and then he got injured. Now, there's a thing called muscle memory, and it does exist. The thing is that he grew insanely fast, not only just because of the training, but also because of muscle memory. That shit comes back to you like that. It comes back quick. And let me tell you about Steve Reeves. So he stopped training for 2 weeks, right? No, for 2 months. He stopped training for 2 months. Came back, went to train in New York, and then they said he was like training so hard that his biceps were literally growing in front of their eyes. So that just proves that muscle memory does exist, and not only that, a layoff will also give you more of an advantage. Now, you can Google this. Steve Reeves and Casey Viator both took a layoff from 1 to 2 months. Casey Viator did it because he was going to do the Colorado experiment and because also he was injured. Anyways, Steve Reeves did it because I don't know why. I don't know why he did it, but when they both took a layoff and then came back, they were both stronger and bigger, and they both actually won. I think Casey Viator won the Team Mr. America or something like that, and then Steve Reeves won the Mr. Universe. I believe it might have been the Mr. America or the Mr. Universe, but they both ended up winning competitions. So not only will you come back stronger, like I stated earlier, and according to the website arthurjonesexercise.com, a few days out of training make it possible to lift more than otherwise have been possible. And this is another quote. Then he will normally return to training with greatly increased enthusiasm. My bad. I'm sorry. I forgot I was telling you about my personal layoff from the gym. Let me tell you about that. So I took a week off from the gym, and when I came back, it was a little bit hard to get in the groove of it and lifting the same weights. I couldn't do it. But once I did, the next week after that, man, I was like a brand new baby, man. I was bigger, I was stronger, and I I fell in love with training again. Even the pre-workout hit me so good, man. So that is something that I will definitely be trying again. Now, what about your own layoff? How do you do it? According to the website arthurjonesexercise.com, in the article titled Layoffs from Training, and in most cases, the most desirable period out of training is a full week, or, in fact, a period of 10 days. But also, check out this quote. Now, I know I said Steve Reeves and Casey Viator both took a month off from the training. This is something that Arthur Jones does not recommend. According to the website arthurjonesexercise.com, in the article titled Layoffs from Training, except in cases involving injuries or illnesses, layoffs from training should never exceed a period of a full month. Within that period of time, any normal physiological requirements for a break in training will have been fully met, and additional periods out of training will merely reduce the existing levels of ability without compensation. So, there you have it. A week to 10 days away from the gym is good. Anything over a month will result in negative not consequences, but like negative effects. I'm not going to get into that right now. So, that's it for today's video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Like this video right now if you thought it was insightful. It's really helpful, and you're probably going to try it. Thanks for watching. This is Old School Dan checking out. Peace.